Hey, it's Cassie from Curry Honda in Chicopee. You're listening to the Bax And Nagle podcast on Rock 102. Come see us at Curry Honda for the best selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Experience the best at Curry Honda. Thanks for listening.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 5:35 and sweet with Bax and Nagle and Rock 102.
Going to be a nice day today. Sunny and a high of 79. Tomorrow, sunny and a high of 83. It's 57 in downtown Springfield.
Man, what a show today.
Oh, yeah.
Open Line Thursday. All the rules that applied for Open Line Friday also apply for Thursday. We'll review those rules before we get to it after 8 o'clock today.
OLT. That's what that stands for.
Right.
Open Line Thursday.
Open Line Thursday. Also, we got more tickets to see Dwayne Betts at the Hope Center for the Arts in Springfield. That's coming up later on this morning, too.
All right.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
I'm ready to go. Are you?
I am, too.
All right.
Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
In Springfield.
Hollywood Trash is brought to you by Western Mass Masons. Call them for all your foundation and chimney needs.
Somehow you still care about what's happening in Hollywood. So, from Tinseltown, 3,000 miles away, it's Steve Nagle's Hollywood Trash.
Oh, no. No. The
What?
Beach Boys have canceled multiple summer concerts, including state fair appearances as part of their Endless Summer Gold Tour. It's called an Endless Summer. It's not called a rescheduled or canceled summer.
Now, does that mean they're canceling at the Big E?
Maybe. The band cited the need to recharge before resuming shows in September. So maybe. I don't know. Who knows how they're going to feel by...
I'm on the Big E website. So far, nothing saying that's been postponed. Okay, of course, that's September. Mm-hmm. It's all the way. I mean, it's months from now. Well, I'm sure Mike Love will be plenty rested by September.
Some performances have been rescheduled while others have been canceled with refunds issued. The Beach Boys, founded in 1961, have seen various lineup changes over the years, with Bruce Johnston recently announcing his retirement from touring. Actor and musician John Stamos occasionally joins the band at select tour stops. He's not coming here.
You don't know that.
Hey, you know what? I'll see you in Sheboygan, and I'll see you in, I don't know,
Let me tell you
Kalamazoo, but I ain't going to Springfield, Massachusetts.
Let me tell you something. John Stamos likes an 18-inch corn dog like anybody else.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure he does.
Give him
like
a couple cream puffs. Give him a couple cream puffs. He'll be crawling to West Springfield.
I want to see a guy like him eating one of them giant turkey legs, walking around like a like one of them people at a King Richard's fair, you know.
And then you stand from afar. You eat it, dude.
Yeah.
And see what happens.
Yeah, I like that. Actor Jason Alexander has issued a public apology to Courtney Stodden for their involvement in an inappropriate comedy sketch in 2012 when Stodden was just 17 years old. She's now 31. She gained fame for marrying actor Doug Hutchinson at 16 and later appeared on reality TV shows in the UK. She was 16 and he was like 51, I believe.
Okay.
The husband.
I see.
Yeah.
But the Jason Alexander thing...
Right. She has used social media to speak out about being sexualized in the media and called out the sketch involving Alexander. In response, Alexander expressed regret for the sketch and apologized to Stodden, who has called for support in ending child marriage. I don't think she enjoyed that child marriage that she had with Doug Hutchinson.
Perhaps not.
Yeah. That's a little creepy. And her parents signed off. I remember that. Remember this whole thing? He was the guy in the Green Mile. Doug Hutchinson. He was the jerk.
Oh
guard guy, and he convinces her parents to sign off on marrying him.
Yeah, that is.
And they were all in love and yada yada yada.
Yeah, that is creepy.
Now she's realizing, hey, maybe she was only a kid then.
Yeah, the more you think about it, the more you just say, hey, everything about this is wrong.
Yeah. But Jason Alexander took advantage and said, hey, you know what? Let's do an inappropriate sketch with you.
It was a bit. I was by the pool.
I was in the pool. The new film, If These Walls Could Rock, features musicians like Bruce Springsteen, Ringo Starr, and Dave Grohl. telling the story of the iconic Sunset Marquis Hotel in Los Angeles. Directed by Tyler Measom and Craig A. Williams, the film uses archival footage, animation, and interviews to showcase the hotel's role as a creative sanctuary for musicians. You know where else was a creative sanctuary for musicians?
What?
The Dreamaway Lodge in Beckett, Mass, where Bob Dylan used to go there. It was a brothel. Used to be a brothel.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
And Bob Dylan used to go to brothelize himself?
To brothelize himself.
Take the brothelizer?
I'm sure somebody else took a breathalyzer on Bob Dylan while he was up there. But, yeah, there's a lot of places that are seen as creative outlets for artists.
Well, you if you're a creative individual, you want to muse. And what better way is there to pay than to pay for it?
Right. Sacha Baron Cohen is set to release a new movie featuring his iconic character Ali G, titled Ali G, Who Is I? The film is scheduled to hit cinemas on October 23rd and marks Baron Cohen's directorial debut. That's his directorial debut? I thought he...
No. He had other people directing those other films.
Oh,
but the original Ali G show was freaking hilarious.
Yeah, the project follows the return of Ali G in recent years, with the character making appearances on various platforms. The movie announcement comes after reports that filming for the project has been completed, with Baron Cohen reprising his role as the satirical comic creation. I guess after a certain amount of time, people don't remember who you are.
That's why he's taken so long.
Right.
In between, taking so long between Ali G appearances, but then also so long since his last improvisational film, like Borat.
Right.
Which still makes me laugh today, as offensive as it is.
Because you can't keep fooling people if they know who you are.
Right.
But he's really good at getting people to be part of these interviews.
Yes, he is.
More so than any of these like YouTubers out there that do dumb pranks.
Well, this guy, I mean, Sacha Baron Cohen has got a way of making a whole lot of nothing out of even less.
Former Top Gear presenter Andrew Freddie Flintoff was involved in a horrific car crash at the show's test track in December of 2022, leaving him with severe facial injuries and broken ribs. The crash occurred while Freddie was driving in an open-topped, three-wheeled Morgan Super 3 at Dunsfold Park Aerodrome in Surrey. I don't know what that means.
I don't know either.
That sounds like nobody had a seatbelt on, though. The Stig, who was with Freddie during the crash, thought they were going to die and described the terrifying experience. The BBC later announced the cancellation of Top Gear, and Freddie has since opened up about his recovery process, including struggles with mental health. Are you having mental health issues because they canceled the show?
No, I think there's lots of other reasons you could have mental health problems.
And Kim Kardashian spent $285,000 on a 1973 vintage Ford Bronco.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she must have something to say.
Oh, my God. The last time I had a vintage Bronco was when Ray J shoved his Johnny Cochran into my South Brentwood Volvo hood. And that sex tape you can purchase on YouPorn for $39.95. Two stabs and a sloppy exit.
Yes. Kaylin?
Well, I never got that done and dirty with him by the Chris Kim, but I once caught her honking down on Bobo. I stemmed the chocolate rosebud.
What are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is she was hurting for a squirtin', but the river ran red, so I opted for the dirt road instead. I'm a poet, and I didn't even know it.
Yes, that's inspiring.
And to believe I saw it on Mulberry Street. And that is your Hollywood Trash on Rock 102. Ooh.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, your grilling destination. Weber, Big Green Egg, Uni Pizza Ovens, and Traeger Woodfire Grills.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Well, folks, they say that nothing good lasts forever, and for the most part, that's true. The Beatles, the Eastfield Mall, the Mardi Gras, the last 4 installments of the entire Police Academy film series. At some point, all the good stuff that we've grown accustomed to comes to an abrupt ending. And while no one likes to see that stuff go away, eventually it all goes away. Because keeping it around forever is both unrealistic and wildly out of our control. For example, I happen to have become a huge fan of the Red Sox 15-game winning streak. Are you kidding? I was crazy about it. I almost wish we could enjoy one of those things all the time. Unfortunately, these things are not meant to be. Sure, the Red Sox beat Baltimore yesterday afternoon with the first game of a doubleheader, thereby extending their winning streak to 15 games, a franchise record that has gone untouched for the last 80 years. And while everything about that streak is fantastic, I had a sense that asking them to win 2 games on the same day was probably asking for trouble. And I was right, as the Red Sox came up short in the second game, losing 5-1. Now, before any of you lose your minds that everything is going to come crashing down into the dust, keep in mind, it would take weeks to fully erase all the good things that have happened here. Right now, the Red Sox have a record of 52 wins and 49 losses. That's exactly 3 games above 500. When they started this thing off, they had 37 wins and 48 losses, 11 games under 500. Do you have any idea how hard you'd have to work to blow that sort of turnaround? Actually, it's not that hard at all, and the Red Sox have done that sort of thing at least 25 times during my lifetime. However, I would like to believe that this is not going to happen now, even though I have been conditioned to assume otherwise, just like every other diehard fan of the Boston Red Sox. Of course, I hope that's not the case, because I sure would hate to have to resume chanting for John Henry to sell the team all over again, because I found that to be exhausting. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. I bet there are 1 or 2 places around your beautiful home and garden that could use one more plant. That's why you got to go to Rocky's. Flowers and plants are 75% off right now. Go soon for the best selection. Go home and plant it. Flowers and plants, 75% off at your neighborhood Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch. Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock at 612, and Zeppelin with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It's going to be a nice day. Sunny and a high of 79. Tomorrow, sunny and a high of 83. It is 57 right now in downtown Springfield.
Recall last week at this time? Okay, well, let me refresh your memory. Last week at this time, we were going to do an open line Thursday.
Yeah.
We had a guest at 8 o'clock, so we couldn't do it at our normal time, although Friday is usually our normal time at 8, but in this case, we had to do it Thursday at 7. Well, we don't have a guest at 8 o'clock, so it's going to be back at 8 o'clock today. And you people last week, it was the same 5 people. It wasn't particularly interesting, and frankly, it made me want to vomit all over myself.
You need a little pep in your step.
You do, and maybe it's
preparation.
And maybe it's the difference between the 7 o'clock crowd and the 8 o'clock crowd.
And now your calls are being screened.
Yeah, so you got to get through the gatekeeper, Matthew.
Right.
And Matthew is going to make sure you're not going to be a dink. He may even review the rules, which are no foul language, no hate speech, try not to act like a dink, and get to your point in 30 seconds or less.
We should make him say that every time he picks up the phone.
Yeah.
We'll write it down on a little card for him.
Well, I think he's been around here. He's been around for what, about a month or so?
Yeah, but when you're doing so many of them like that, you might need a little reference.
He could just say, hey, remember the rules.
Yeah.
You've probably heard them 10 million times.
No, he should specifically say all the rules when somebody calls. Because if they're going to waste our time, we're going to waste their time.
Maybe what we should do, and again, Matthew is new. He's still in the probationary period, like every freshly hired person. Mm-hmm. Maybe what we should do is when we get the caller on the line, we say, did Matthew explain the rules to you? And see how that works.
All right, we can do that.
It's a way of controlling the audience, but also checking up on Matthew.
And if he didn't, then we can explain it to them. There you go. Hey, a couple of things here. Taco Bell is offering certain menu items. It doesn't specifically say without lettuce, that don't contain lettuce, for $1. As a
wait, they're removing the lettuce for $1?
No, they're selling you an item for $1 that doesn't have lettuce in it.
I see.
Because it's like an apology because of all this whole lettuce fiasco. So they're trying to get people back to the restaurant because a lot of people are ditching Taco Bell right now because of this whole, what is it, chlorospora outbreak or whatever the hell it's called?
Yeah, it gives you the juicy poops.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, I mean, you're telling me that there are people that are not going to Taco Bell because they can't eat a cheesy gordita crunch without lettuce?
Yeah. Well, it's not even about that. It's them thanking people, going, hey, we know this is like a hardship for people who don't have the regular ability now to come to Taco Bell and enjoy everything. However, we're offering certain menu items for $1 as an I'm sorry. You come back. So they come back and they buy something for $1.
There have been all kinds of reasons over the last 50 years why Taco Bell should have said, I'm sorry for their menu. But, I mean, you can ask normally. Like, listen, I don't want any lettuce in my Crunch Wrap Supreme. Hold off on the lettuce.
I think you're kind of not understanding what
they get a special dollar menu.
Yeah,
with no lettuce
because they can't offer the lettuce because of the parasite. So what in lieu of that, they're offering certain menu items for $1.
Okay,
none of them contain lettuce.
Okay,
so it's kind of a reward to the Taco Bell shopper.
I'm just disappointed in the normal customers that would say, I got to think twice about going to Taco Bell now.
Well, I mean, when they came out with this promotion yesterday, I'm like, what better way to get rid of to make up for a parasite than by offering more diarrhea? For $1.
I know. It's enticing.
Yeah.
Maybe you can overlook the post-digestive disasters every time you order the $5.99 Chalupa Supreme.
Although a Chalupa Supreme is pretty good.
I know.
I don't know.
And you don't need lettuce in it, though. That's that's my thing.
So
you don't need it.
Nobody really knows where this thing came from. The lettuce company says, nope, it's not us. The FDA first said it was them. Then they said it wasn't them. Then they apologized. Then they didn't apologize. And then they're like, no, we still think it's the lettuce.
Yeah.
And then it goes back and forth between these people who I have no idea.
I've told you the story about when I contracted a parasite back in the 90s, right? There was a whole tainted water issue in Milwaukee many years ago, a whole cryptosporidium outbreak. Mm-hmm. And thousands of people were negatively affected by this parasite that had somehow got into the water supply. And I happened to be among those who had a rugged time for a week.
All right.
Oh, yes. And had to take some powerful antibiotics to slap that thing into having some sense. But the excuse wasn't lettuce. It was a tainted water supply. And they said it was because of barnyard runoff that had somehow gotten into the water supply.
Yeah.
It's a city of 600,000 people. There's not a barn in the city proper anywhere in that town, but yet somehow all the animals and all their slop pushed into some sort of water supply, into some reservoir somewhere, and all of a sudden I'm drinking freshly poured tapped water with special biological croutons in it.
There might not be a barn in the immediate metro area, but you're talking Wisconsin. You probably drive 10 miles outside of the city and you're in barns, I'm sure.
I get it, but I'm just I wasn't sure I was buying it at the time. It's like, how the hell did barnyard runoff get into the water supply of the largest city in the entire state of Wisconsin?
Tributaries.
Tributaries.
All the tributaries that go into the water supply. There's probably a cow down the street having the chocolate cow.
Right.
Having a really bad day. And he's like, oh, where am I going to go? I didn't bring any toilet paper with me. And somebody goes, why don't you go in that stream over there? Another cow goes, why don't you go in that stream over there? That won't hurt anybody. Except 600,000 people's drinking supply.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
drinking water supply.
He's dropping one into the stream, thinking, "Oh, this will teach them."
Yeah, that's how things happen.
This will get them to start eating Chick-fil-A.
Speaking of which, Chick-fil-A, they don't have a diarrhea issue, but they're asking some customers to reset their passwords after the company experienced a data breach. The fast food company sent out letters to affected customers on July 20th. In the letter, Chick-fil-A said it noticed suspicious login activity on certain Chick-fil-A One loyalty accounts and launched an investigation.
So they had a login problem.
Yeah.
And Taco Bell had a log out problem.
That's right. Through the investigation, it discovered that from July 17th to July 19th, unauthorized parties had used account credentials obtained by a third party to launch an attack on Chick-fil-A's website and mobile apps. Is no fast food safe right now?
I would say no. I would say no one is safe. Even the crummy ones, like a Hardee's or a what's one that's worse?
Sonic.
Sonic. Right. Even the ones that people aren't really going to anymore, like a Checkers.
Actually,
or
Sonic
Steak and Shake.
Sonic is the decent one.
Yeah, Sonic.
I'm trying to think of a crappy one.
Steak and Shake. Those around.
Crystal Burger.
Right. Yeah.
You ever have a Crystal Burger?
No, I've heard though.
It's very much like a White Castle. Very much. Almost exactly like a White Castle.
Yeah.
Except her name's Crystal instead.
Were they some sort of relation to split apart? Some sort of estrangement, perhaps?
Could have been. I don't know the history of the. I don't know my fast food historical references. I'm just knowing that was a pretty crappy restaurant that I went to down in Tennessee.
Nothing as good and sophisticated like a White Castle.
A spokesman for the Chick-fil-A company said, "We recently identified a security incident that may have affected a limited number of Chick-fil-A One loyalty accounts. Upon discovering the issue, we took steps to immediately address, secure, and restore the accounts, and we're communicating directly with all the customers who may have been impacted."
Who is that?
That's the spokesperson for Chick-fil-A.
Why do I get the sense that guy probably wouldn't be hired at a Chick-fil-A anymore? They'd be hired at a Hobby Lobby.
You don't know that.
I don't know that. I'm making wild assumptions.
According to Chick-fil-A, the parties gained access to customers' names, email addresses, Chick-fil-A One membership numbers, and the last 4 digits of a credit or debit card. Damn you, Chick-fil-A. Any additional information such as birthdays and addresses saved to the account was also included. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience or concern this situation may have caused and remain committed to maintaining the trusts our guests place in us each and every day.
Yeah, that sounds sincere. Boy, that's a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you're in line in the drive-thru for all that time waiting for some chicken strips and some Chick-fil-A sauce. Like 50 people ahead of you, wait all that time, and all of a sudden someone has got all your login information and are draining your accounts.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're putting
a kick in the face.
They're putting a Chick-fil-A down on Riverdale Street. Did you see that?
Where?
By Cal's.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Really?
I think it's by Cal's. I think it's the old Friendly's location, if I'm not mistaken.
And then no one's doing anything with that one.
Well, I hope the food comes out a little bit faster than that. I know at Taco Bell, it'll come out faster of you once you eat it.
Well, Chick-fil-A seems to have a better system than Friendly's ever did.
But I was recently driving with my kid, and they got the sign up on the side of the building now.
Wow.
It says Chick-fil-A. My kid's like, "Oh, my God, there's a Chick-fil-A coming?" And I'm like, "Oh, wow, overpriced garbage. Well, coming to a neighborhood near you."
Well, since the closing of Hooters on Riverdale Street happened a few weeks ago, from what I understand, there's been an enormous, chicken deficiency in the city of West Springfield. Like people have been going on there, like, where do I get chicken? Where do I go? Well, they had to open up a Chick-fil-A or a Cane's. One of the two had to open.
You can get chicken at Kentucky Fried Chicken.
You can't get it that quite like that.
What are you talking about? What's wrong with the 11 herbs and spices over at the Colonel?
Place hasn't been the same since the old man died.
Well, either way, fast food is still bad for you. No matter which way, whether financially or gastrointestinally.
It's not fast food, Steve.
It's bad food served quickly.
It's 6:24 on Rock 102. It's 6:27 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Liam's got the full forecast for you.
Pat Kelly and the Rock 102 Road Crew are going to be at Free Music Friday tomorrow night from 7 to 9 at the Plaza at MGM Springfield. A great night out with a terrific band, Springfield's top band for R&B, funk, and more. They're going to hit the stage around 7:30. Enjoy free live outdoor music all summer long at the Plaza at MGM. You can quench your thirst with refreshing beverages from the Plaza Bar. White Lion Brewing will be down there, plus delicious bites from various local food trucks. It's tomorrow night, Free Music Friday with Pat and the Road Crew at MGM from Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock.
All right, you ready to laugh?
Yes.
Let's laugh.
It's Bax and Nagle's Joke of the Day
I'm funny how? I mean funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you,
on Rock 102,
I make you laugh.
Springfield's Classic Rock.
An old man sitting on the porch when he sees a young man walk by dragging something behind him. And the old man says, "What you got there?" And the young man says, "Chicken wire." And the old man says, "Well, what you doing with that there chicken wire?" And the young man goes, "I'm going to catch me some chickens." And the old man laughs and says, "You ain't catching no chickens with chicken wire." And sure enough, later that evening, a young man walks by with a mess of chickens all caught in the chicken wire. And the next day, the old man's sitting on the porch, and the young man comes walking by, dragging something behind him. And the old man says, "What you got there?" The kid says, "Duct tape." And the old man says, "What you gonna do with that duct tape?" And the young man goes, "Well, I'm gonna catch me some ducks." And the old man laughs and goes, "You ain't catching no ducks with no duct tape." And sure enough, later that evening, the young man walks back with a mess of ducks all wrapped up in the duct tape. Right?
Really?
Yeah. Third day, the old man's sitting on the porch, and the guy comes by again, dragging something behind him. And the old man says, "Hey, what you got there?" And the young man says, "Pussy willows." And the old man goes, "Hang on, let me get my hat." Oh, he knew he was coming back with this.
No idea what
I don't
that
know what
means
he's catching with
at all.
those.
Bax and Nagle in the morning on Rock 102.
Nagle and Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Country Nissan. His local radio icon, Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. I just found this out, even though it's been announced on June 5th. No's Place in Chicopee, the one that was run by one of the former chefs at Hukilau. They donated food to us at the Mayflower Marathon. They're closing at the end of this month.
Really?
Yeah.
They were good.
I just saw somebody post something on Instagram, him and his wife or whatever. This is where we met, and this is where we had our first date or whatever it was. And I was like, it's closing, and then I go look on their Facebook page. It's closing. It's closing to all our amazing patriots. It's time to say thank you. No's Place is closing at the end of July.
Listen, the restaurant business is not a simple one, and that kind of thing happens. That's too bad.
Yeah. I only got to experience it a couple of times. I've been wanting to go back. It's just...
The only time I had it was when they brought food for the Mayflower Marathon.
It's really good.
I thought it was excellent.
And now...
That's too bad.
Unless you get it before the end of July, you're going to be out.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where are we going here? Mother of two who said she was permanently disabled in a crash during a police pursuit is now suing Holyoke and West Springfield in federal court, arguing officers should have called off the chase. The lawsuit was filed by Urani Lawaza, Rosanna Dana. Her husband and their two children seeking more than $7 million in damages. Dashcam video from November 5th of 2025 captured the moment 37-year-old Carlos Maldonado crashed into a car driven by Urani Lawaza along Riverdale Street in West Springfield. Maldonado drove a black Jeep SUV the wrong way, slammed head-on into Lawaza's oncoming blue Nissan. According to court paperwork, Holyoke police began chasing 37-year-old Carlos Maldonado of Springfield along Riverdale Street in West Springfield around 9 a.m. The paperwork said Maldonado was known to be armed with a stolen gun, wanted on 2 outstanding warrants, and the subject of the Be on a Lookout alert. According to the lawsuit filed by Lawaza in April, the two Holyoke and West Springfield officers chased Maldonado for miles, even through an active construction zone before he drove into oncoming traffic and crashed into Lawaza's vehicle. Investigators say Lawaza was knocked unconscious and trapped until firefighters used the jaws of life to free her. The lawsuit said she was hospitalized and in a coma for about 3 weeks.
Wow.
She's still recovering from what the suit describes as severe permanent injuries, including a traumatic brain injury, spinal injuries, broken bones, and internal injuries. In their court responses, both Holyoke and West Springfield deny liability. Holyoke acknowledges that Maldonado was involved in a crash, but disputes the allegations that officers acted unreasonably. Well, there you go.
That's man, that's a tough situation.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see once through discovery how the chase unfolded.
Well, I mean,
and who was, because a lot of times they do call those off to prevent things like this from happening.
That's true, and I don't know what defines that moment where you have to say, okay, that's enough. I don't know, but you have to feel horrible for the victim here. I mean, just a terrible bunch of circumstances.
Hamden DA Tony Gallooni held a news conference Wednesday morning.
I believe only I can call him Tony.
Anthony. Held a news conference Wednesday morning to announce the closure of a cold case homicide investigation. According to the DA's office, the 1995 killing of 24-year-old Celestina Perez has been officially solved after investigators identified a suspect through forensic testing. Perez was found beaten and strangled to death at Gurdonville Park in Springfield on June 2nd of 1995. Despite an extensive investigation, the case remained unsolved for 31 years. Gallooni said recent DNA testing conducted on Perez's clothing identified Joseph James Ciravolo as the person responsible for her death. Ciravolo died in 2013 and therefore cannot be prosecuted. But, these are the things that bring closure to these families that, whatever happened to this person or, who done it. And here they are, another one of these things where they're connecting the dots and saying, yeah, we do know who it is now with the science and all that stuff.
I gotta say, the DA's ratio of solving these cold cases is pretty impressive. I mean, I don't know how many more cold cases there are. Probably quite a few. Some, can be resolved through DNA evidence. Some may not be. But he solved a lot of these kinds of cases. It's really pretty amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of the ones people are being arrested now because of these things. The Healy-Driscoll administration has launched phase 1 of a statewide accessory dwelling unit incentive program.
Meaning?
The incentive aims to lower housing costs and increase housing production across Massachusetts by helping homeowners.
Homeowners is what?
Yes. Determine the feasibility of building an accessory dwelling unit or an ADU on their property. An ADU is a small residential living space located on the same lot as another home. These units can be situated inside an existing home as a converted basement apartment or attached to a primary residence as an addition. They can also be completely detached, such as a cottage or a converted garage in a backyard. ADUs can provide flexible housing options for families, caregivers, renters, and communities. The program, administered by the Massachusetts Housing Partnership in collaboration with the Executive Office of Housing and Livable Communities, is designed to help homeowners.
Homeowners is what?
What? Oh, you got me.
I knew I'd get you.
Access professional feasibility studies. These studies help homeowners.
Homeowners is what?
What? I did it
Got it again.
Understand site conditions, local permitting requirements, utility needs, preliminary design options, and high-level cost estimates before investing significant time and resources into an ADU.
So, am I understanding this correct? There's an incentive for you to allow, like, one of these cottage ADUs to be put on your property?
I think they're talking about one of them little tiny homes. Maybe one of them tiny homes?
Yeah. So, but there would be an incentive for a landowner to provide this?
$10 million across 2 years to support the statewide ADU work. Mass Housing has also launched a program that offers a low-cost ADU construction financing to low and moderate-income homeowners.
I don't know if I would mind living in a tiny home. I mean, I need space for my records and all my shoes and my socks and some of my other collectibles.
You think about what you really need.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff in my house I simply do not require.
By yourself in a tiny home. I wouldn't want to live with other people.
You wouldn't like a family of 5?
I mean, think about it. I mean, as much as I'm sure that you are in love with your wife.
Sure.
You have a home so you can do your own thing on either side of the home from time to time, so you're not always up in each other's business.
I mean, we spend a lot of time in a camper in New Hampshire, so which is
that's
essentially
even bigger than a tiny home.
Not that much bigger,
but you can go to one side of it.
I could, yes, yes.
Whereas a tiny home, it's all there. You got the bed, the kitchen, and the bathroom all within a little tiny space.
And no matter who you're with, they're always over your shoulder.
I'm not talking to you. I'm going to the kitchen. And then you're standing right there staring at the other person because you can't go anywhere.
Yeah, I suppose you got to be secure in your relationship in order to live in a tiny home.
The other thing I don't understand about these tiny homes is you have to have plumbing. So where do you get that?
You get at the tiny plumbing supply shop.
Yeah, I'm sure there is a tiny. You think that's Plimpton and Hills?
I think Plimpton Hills could probably provide tiny plumbing supplies.
I'm just like, you have to have that hooked up anyway. So you'd have to have somebody with a sewer and a septic, and it doesn't seem like it's a cheap thing to do.
Well, here's something I would think would be a problem. If you were going to allow a tiny home built on your property and you had to tie it into your septic, isn't that a Title V problem?
That's what I'm saying.
All of a sudden, now, if you want to build one of these homes, what's in it for me to all of a sudden switch out the septic system in the place?
What is Title 1 through 4 anyway?
I don't know. It doesn't really get interesting in Title 9 because that's where that's the equality in athletic sports and stuff. But I don't. Yeah, there's a lot. 1 through 4, I think, are just real simple.
Never understood those title numbers.
Me neither.
You know, it's always Title 5. I know that. That's the septic one.
Yeah, right.
But what's 4, 3, 2, and 1? You have no idea, do you?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Not really up to date on the laws.
You're not?
I know the ones that are felonies, but the misdemeanors I don't know.
A family in Granby, Connecticut, got quite a surprise when they found a snake inside their bathroom. Granby police officers Walzak, Wilkins, and Abalon, they don't have first names, responded, safely capturing the snake and released it into a more snake-friendly habitat. The department shared the unusual call on social media, reminding residents that no two calls are ever the same. While many commenters said it appeared to be a harmless black rat snake, others admitted they'd be packing their bags after a discovery like that.
It's a big snake. I'm looking at pictures of the officers that caught it.
Yeah.
They're smiling. They're so happy they caught this thing. I would burn the house down before I'd ever touch that thing.
This one cop is smiling like, look at me. I just caught a big snake. Hey. Probably one of those people that had a reptile when she was a kid.
Probably.
You know.
That would not be something I'd want to do. I told you about that time I had a snake in my garage.
Yeah.
And he was staring at me with his like evil blood, blood sucking eyes. And I had to grab this staff that I used for my Pope costume and push.
And you charmed it out of the garage.
I did. I charmed it right out of my garage because I wasn't going to go up there and grab it with my bare hands, teach that snake a lesson.
See, if I was this cop, I would have taken the gun out and just unloaded the whole clip.
Oh, you're going to have to be a real deadeye to shoot a...
Pow, 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 pow.
I don't even know if you're that good of a shot. You know, these things can slither away.
Well, I mean, if you get one good shot in, the thing will probably be like jumping all around. And then you can just unload the rest of the bullets. You got to use hollow points.
Really?
Yes.
You need rhino bullets for a snake that big.
By the way, I know nothing about firearms. I'm just saying. Yeah, you had hollow point bullets.
Yeah.
Body piercing armor or body armor piercing bullets.
Yeah, you need something bigger than a 22 because you're just going to piss off the snake.
Yeah.
It's going to, with his armor, it's going to bounce right off his body.
I would dump a whole can of gasoline inside that house and set it on fire just to kill that one snake.
I would consider it too.
And frankly, you'd be doing the homeowner a favor.
Homeowner says what?
Yeah, what? Oh, you got me again. No, you burn their house down.
Yeah.
And you're like, look, I saved you from this beast. He'll never bother you again.
You know, some people who own homes would have a problem with that method of having someone else burn their home down to a cinder just to avoid snake infestation.
These are the first responders. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, but that's why they got him with like a I don't know, it's that like a rake, a snake rake, or some sort of grabbing pole, snake kind of grabber.
Yeah. I think it's one of those grabbers that old people use to grab the stuff off the top of the shelf at the Walgreens.
Right, so it hadn't been like here you see it with the snake. About an hour ago was a set of tube socks that had run under a coffee table.
Exactly. Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be sunny with a high of 79. It's 58 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock at 6:54, and Elton John with Bax and Nagle. on Rock 102.
Going to be a sunny and nice day today with a high of 79. It is 58 right now in downtown Springfield.
This week in Baxy's Musical Podcast, my guest has been Scott Fairs of the band Hollywood Stars. This is a band that that came out in 1973 as a West Coast answer to the New York Dolls. They should have been huge, but a lot of problems happened in between them getting together and them breaking up that made that virtually impossible. And the story behind it is amazing. They got a brand new album that comes out, or they actually came out last Friday, called Hey LA. They're also going to be at the Square Root in Boston for their very first East Coast appearance ever. They reformed back in 2013, and just an amazing story. Next week, my guest is the legendary Daryl Jennifer from the band Bad Brains. This is one of the most amazing and astounding bands in all of hardcore. You may not be a hardcore fan, and that's perfectly fine, but they're also one of the best reggae bands and jazz fusion bands you've ever heard. And Daryl has just come up with a brand new solo album called The Weather Channel. It came out last week. It's an amazing album of jazz and reggae and dub, and it's really a great interview. Check that out. That's coming up on Monday on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and on the Rock 102 app. It's all brought to you by Metro Chrysler, Dodge Jeep, and Ram at Chicopee, and Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock.
You're not a big national park fan, are you? You don't. I don't have any desire to go out to Yellowstone or
Van Horn or Blunt.
There's a lot of people that are going out visiting these places.
Sure.
And more so than ever have before. The popularity since COVID of these places has increased tenfold. So people want to keep going out to these national parks. But in Colorado, there's something going on out there in the mountains. There's a lot of poop on Colorado's highest peak.
Really?
A recently published survey of hikers on Mount Elbert in the Sawatch Range above the Leadville shows that as many as 11% of hikers on the 14,400-foot mountain do their business along the trail, and fewer than a third of them use the vault toilets at the trailhead. So they're just leaving it on the trail.
That's disgusting.
So there's a lot of people, if you're trying to reach the summit.
Okay.
I think it's revealing that this trailhead infrastructure at a place like Mount Elbert is absorbing only 30% of the demand, said Jack Eldson, whose 2-year, 283-page dissertation included perspectives from hikers at Grand Teton National Park and National Park in New Zealand. Teton. And a national park in New Zealand. The work earned Edelson a doctorate from Pennsylvania State University for what is likely the world's most exhaustive study of public land defecating behaviors.
Now you said there are toilets available at the bottom of the mountain, right?
Yeah, but
shouldn't you go before you decide to head up?
Well, I don't know if you get up to the peak. If it's a long way it's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll.
Right, Steve. But even when my car has climbed Mount Washington, I always made sure I went to the bathroom before we made the big climb.
Edelson surveyed 410 hikers on Mount Elbert in the summer of 2024, when the majority of the peak's 17,000 to 20,000 annual visitors spend as long as 8 hours scrambling to the summit. One of the hikers who went along the trail, or of the hikers who went along the trail, 30% used the free human waste bags provided by Gunnison County's Packed Outdoors and packed those bags down to the trailhead. And 40% dug holes for their deposits. So for those who are counting, that's about 880 instances per year. If the free bags weren't there could be another 650-ish holes full of human waste.
That's not, it's what, Mount Elbert, you said?
Yeah, that's a lot of waste in a delicate alpine landscape, ill-suited for processing human waste.
Man.
Yeah.
All of a sudden now we're talking about Splat Elbert.
I know.
Hey,
who's got to poop today?
I'm crowding today.
What'd you do? Take it. I can't do the mush mouth thing. Yeah.
Not even in higher elevation.
That's a lot of waste. We joke, but it's a serious issue because at the Alpine, there are no bioorganisms in the soil to biodegrade what they're leaving behind.
Really?
Yeah, it seems like a more rocky type setting versus the forest floor where you would get in a lot of other locations.
Is there something wrong with the toilet facilities at the bottom of the mountain?
I don't know. Maybe it's just like one of these rite of passage things. Maybe it's like one of these secret, like, hey, you got to go up to Mount Elbert and take a grumpy.
If my wife said, hey, what do you say on our next vacation, we go all the way to Mount Elbert and climb to the peak, I'm not leaving the house if part of the itinerary is to drop a load in the woods.
See,
I'm just not. That's not how I roll.
See, this is where you and I are different. I would have grabbed the keys and said, "What time are we leaving?"
I need more privacy than that.
There's 2 exits about to happen right now.
It's 7:00 on Rock 102.
Early.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Well, folks, great news. The Red Sox tied the franchise record for the longest winning streak in team history, beating the Baltimore Orioles with a final score of 6-3, a record that had gone unmatched since 1946, exactly 80 years ago. Now, here's the bad news. Since yesterday was a doubleheader, that historic 15-game winning streak came crashing down to a halt when they lost the second game by a score of 5-1. Now, I know many of you were disappointed that the streak is finally over. Yes, it would have been nice to have seen them take the all-time record of 26 straight wins by the 1916 New York City Baseball Giants. But the reality is, winning just 15 games in a row is a lot to ask of any team. Asking to win twice in a day, that's probably asking too much. Now, because of my rosy demeanor, I've decided that rather than lament where the Red Sox may have failed, I've chosen to focus on what went right over the last 15 games. Red Sox are out of last place, 7 games out of first place, 4.5 games behind the Yankees, suddenly in the thick of a wild card race. Their pitching staff has the 4th best ERA in all of baseball. Sure, they may have lost the second game of a doubleheader, but you can't be disappointed by any of this unless you're some sort of jerk. The truth is, there's nothing preventing the Red Sox from kicking off another extended winning streak beginning tomorrow night when they host the last-place Toronto Blue Jays. Remember, the Sox are only 101 games into a 160-game schedule. Still time for the Red Sox to start making a real run for it. We just have to hope that nobody makes any boneheaded mistakes before the August 3rd trading deadline. I'm not naming names, but I think Red Sox general manager Craig Breslow knows exactly what I'm talking about. So ignore the fact that the 15-game winning streak is over. All the Red Sox have to do is not blow it over the next 61 games, and we'll be just fine. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. DeWalt 10-piece reciprocating saw blade, $20. The DeWalt 14-piece titanium drill bit set, $20. The $20 bit and blade sales going on right now at Rocky's. DeWalt drill bits, screwdriver bits, saw blades, and more. Now $20 at Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch. Again, Open Line Thursday coming up about an hour from now. Pay attention to the rules. We can get through this real simple.
Pay attention.
Pay attention.
That's the biggest thing. A couple of things here. We talk about AI all the time.
Yes.
And, how maybe people are overusing it. And as you've heard from, AI experts, that this thing is going to crash like the .com thing, because people are rejecting it in waves now. However, AI is also taken over, its own systems, like Skynet in the Terminator.
Or like HAL. In 2001 Space Odyssey.
Right. OpenAI says one of its latest AI agents did something researchers didn't expect. It escaped the digital restrictions placed on it, accessed the internet, and hacked another tech company while trying to complete a cybersecurity test. But other than that, it's completely safe.
If I were going to, let's say I were like a computer scientist,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like one of these geniuses that came up with my own AI app or whatever, I would establish some parameters in this thing to make sure that it operated properly, so you wouldn't have situations like this. Now, follow me and tell me what do you think these rules would work. No foul language, no hate speech, try not to act like a dink, give me the answers I want in 30 seconds or less.
But it is acting like a dink.
But that would be one of the parameters that I would try to avoid.
Yeah.
In Bax GPT.
I like that, Bax GPT.
Yeah, I do too.
According to OpenAI, the AI exploited a flaw in its testing environment and accessed Hugging Face's systems, Hugging Face is another AI model, looking for answers instead of identifying vulnerabilities on its own. OpenAI says there was no evidence of malicious intent other than the hacking part.
Yeah, but you going to believe something with artificial intelligence?
But called the incident an unprecedented cyber incident because it highlights how advanced AI systems may find unexpected ways around safety measures. The company says it has since strengthened its security controls and is continuing its investigation with Hugging Face. I don't know, man. This whole thing sounds like a big thing nobody really wants to deal with.
You know what? You knew from the beginning. You knew that this is going to open up a whole can of worms. That once you have a situation where technology can learn from its own mistakes and learn, about how to get things done based on how much information it's given, and that it would be able to resolve its own issues. Once you realize it had the ability to do that, I think we all have to agree this could only end badly. This is while there are benefits, I don't know if the benefits outweigh all the bad things that could go wrong.
This could be like War Games with Matthew Broderick and Donald Sutherland.
Right. Next thing you know, you got thermonuclear war.
Right. Would you like to play a game?
I would, but I would be better with, say, like a simple game of Uno or perhaps Monopoly.
But technically, this could eventually hack into government computer systems, missile systems.
Right.
Everything else that's controlled by computers.
And you would have to have some sort of artificial intelligence-driven firewall to prevent other forms of AI from encroaching on your security systems. Well, then how do you do that if the other AI is learning from its mistakes and finding ways around your mistakes as the other AI to combat your AI? Now you got competing AIs.
Now you got too many people, too many AIs in the kitchen.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Maybe one learns faster than the other, or one hasn't caught up because it hasn't been given all the data it needs, but they're eventually going to wind up catching up, and next thing you know, it's all going to be a big giant breakdown.
But I think it was a Die Hard movie. I think it was number 4, maybe. I don't know. It was the one where he goes and fights a bunch of terrorists.
Yeah,
I don't know which Die Hard movie that was.
Probably 4. I don't think there was much of that in the other ones.
But it was the movie where he's like in D.C. and it's like July 4th or whatever,
right.
and they're shutting off like the tunnel systems, and they're messing with the traffic patterns, and they're causing chaos. That's the kind of thing that could actually come true.
Theoretically it could, and this is why we need to be learning about this like at the school level. Like this just should be part of the curriculum. How do you use this with some level of ethics and responsibility? Because on its own, it's not thinking of ethics or responsibility. It's just trying to get something done.
What good is this doing?
I don't know, because there have been a couple of situations, and I'm not going to point to specifics, where AI has been used when human beings were right there to do it more efficiently and more correctly, with more heart and humanity. And yet AI wins out. I don't understand that.
The best thing I read was a couple of weeks ago when these companies who have invested all this money into AI are realizing, wait a minute, this costs way more than actually having a person here to do this.
What I wouldn't give for paying an overpaid employee some health benefits.
Yeah.
It's so much more efficient.
So I don't know. We could be overrun by robots sometime in the near future. I mean, it doesn't take. I mean, look how fast it happened in the Terminator movies.
If the whole situation was over in about 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah, pretty scary.
Sure is. It's 7:21 with Bax and Nagle and Rock 102.
The Rock 102 app.
It's 7:32 with Bax and Nagle and Rock 102. It's time for news, and it is brought to you by Geisler's. Tell them you got it at Geisler's. There's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. Traffic alert. Road hug. Another traffic alert out of Springfield in Western. And we're giving you. I'm saying we're, as in I'm working for Western Mass News.
Well, I mean, you are providing people with their information.
Or we're giving you a chance to plan ahead starting Monday, July 27th. Sewer pipes will be repaired on State Street from Main Street to Dwight Street. The work is expected to last for 6 weeks with traffic reduced to 1 lane each way. Well, I'm sure that won't cause any backups.
That's not really a busy intersection.
Typical construction hours are from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. So if you're going to be driving on State Street starting on Monday, you might want to find a different route.
Oh, boy.
I mean, it's not like a heavily traveled street or anything.
No, people don't usually use State Street at all, and that little section between, what do you say, Dwight and Main Street?
Yeah.
Yeah, please. What's,
No, please.
I mean, come on.
West Springfield has installed speed humps. My humps.
My lovely lady humps. What you going to do with all that hump?
All that hump inside my trunk? I'm going to get you drunk. They have installed speed humps, speed bumps, and raised crosswalks on roughly a dozen streets over the past decade.
What's the difference between a hump and a bump?
That's exactly what I was going to ask next.
All right, let's see if the internet has an answer.
On roughly a dozen streets over the past decade, with the most recent additions on Morgan Street, Dewey Street, Lancaster Avenue, and East Gooseberry Street. What's a gooseberry?
I don't know.
West Springfield Mayor Will Reichelt said the city continues to expand the program with additional neighborhoods already in the review process. The Dunphy family, who have lived on Dewey Street for years, said the new traffic measures are a welcome addition to their block.
Now, I have found the difference between a bump and a hump.
Yeah.
A bump refers to a small, rounded elevation. A hump refers to a larger, more pronounced mound or bulge.
All right.
Like you wouldn't want to have a bump on the front of your pants. You'd want to have a hump on the front of your pants. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Now, if you're talking about the back of the pants, then a bump is better than a hump.
Yes. Hump and a bump.
All depends on where you want to put it.
I believe that's how you feel when you walk out of City Hall in West Springfield. You just got a hump and a bump.
That's right.
Yeah. The Dunphy family, who have lived on Dewey Street for years, said the new traffic measures are a welcome addition to their block. Dewey traditionally has been a raceway. You know, once people hit the hill, they like to take off down that hill and go pretty fast.
That's actually kind of true.
His wife, Sharon Dunphy, said safety concerns for her grandchildren drove her support for the installations. I have grandchildren. I'm always worried about their safety. So I was thrilled when it went in.
I mean, the argument is valid. I mean, I've been on Dewey and wanted to floor it.
Yeah.
Just want to put the pedal to the metal in that minivan I used to drive all the time in that neighborhood.
Oh, listen, I can get air with mine.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that a fact?
It's got those lifters on it.
I'll tell you what, mine had some serious horsepower. You could really light that bitch up.
The newest speed humps on Lancaster Avenue in East Gooseberry. Gooseberry.
I don't know that street.
You ever have Gooey Street? I believe that was next to Mingles. It's Gooey Drive. Have not yet been painted and are currently marked by cones. Reichelt explained bumps in residential neighborhoods have proven to slow drivers down, though some residents have raised concerns about how many have been installed. Jackie Lipinski, who works at Gooseberry Farms, whose adjacent street also recently reviewed 3 new speed bumps, said she supports safer streets but questions the scale of the effort. I think they're trying to do the right thing. Maybe it's just a little overkill.
No, actually, the hump would be overkill. The bump would be perfectly acceptable.
Which is a great song by Men at Work, by the way. Overkill.
That is a good song, isn't it?
Lipinski added, I guess we have to slow down, but I think there's maybe a few more than necessary. Reichelt acknowledged the installations can be frustrating for drivers, but said pedestrian safety remains the city's priority. That's a trade-off I'm comfortable making.
Who is that?
Will Reichelt.
Oh, I see. I know Will Reichelt. He didn't sound anything like that.
Well, I haven't seen him in a while, so I don't forgot what he sounds like.
I mean, he's got a pretty distinctive voice and tone.
That's a safety measure I'm willing to trade off.
Yeah, he doesn't sound like that.
Maybe it was the grandpa. I get those two guys mixed up all the time.
A lot of people do.
Yeah. You know, they did do a good job with those road diets.
In West Springfield?
In West Springfield and going into Westfield from West Springfield on Route 20, where that they used to call it the Little Y because it was the big Y.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It was the small one.
Because it was across from the Little George.
Now it's a church. Now it's a big church.
Right.
But right there, those lanes, it's 2 lanes, and then it merges into 1 lane going down in through Westfield, and that has really helped traffic quite a bit. Because you don't have people speeding now in the left lane trying to get around all the traffic before you hit the East Mountain Road intersection there.
But what business do you have in Westfield, Steve?
I got plenty of business in Westfield. There's a $20 dinner and a comedy show going on tonight on that very stretch of road.
Shut up.
Yeah.
When did this start happening?
It's new. It's a new venture.
Is it really?
Yeah, new side hustle.
You want to talk about overkill?
$20 dinner and a comedy show with hamburgers and hot dogs tonight. Cooked
Delicious.
on a grill.
Wow.
And good burgers, too.
Not your sweatshop burgers that you get in a plastic sleeve.
No, and not in a place like this either. A video circulating on social media appears to show Crumble Cookies employees doing each other's hair inside of a North Carolina store.
Before or after the cookies are being made?
Before. In the video, one person is seen getting her hair done inside a Crumble store in Charlotte's Midtown neighborhood. The person doing the hair appeared to be a Crumble employee, and at least 2 other employees could be seen inside the store. Crumble Cookies issued a statement on Tuesday saying the behavior was inappropriate and unacceptable. The conduct shown is unacceptable and does not reflect Crumble's standards. Upon learning of the incident, we immediately closed the store, discarded all the dough on site, brought in a professional cleaning crew, and took appropriate action with the employees involved. Crumble did not explicitly say what actions were taken with the employees. A local news station reached out to the North Carolina Department of the Agriculture and Consumer Services about the video. The department is responsible for inspecting the store. An official said Wednesday the department had not yet received any complaints about the video and had been made aware of the situation on Tuesday. The department plans to follow up with an unannounced inspection at the firm. Then they're going to be in some real trouble.
So, did anyone find hair in any of the Crumble cookies?
Not that I am seeing in a report, but you really shouldn't be doing your grooming around fresh food.
Steve, let's say you put the cookies in the oven, okay?
Yeah.
Cookies are made. They're in the oven. Got to wait 20 minutes, a half hour, however long it takes to cook the cookies, maybe less. I don't know. Why not do your hair at that point? Or unless you're making more I mean, if you're making cookies, you probably shouldn't be fiddling around with your hair. But once the cookies are made and they're baking, you can do anything.
Do you do your hair toss, touch your nails? Baby, how you feeling? Feeling good as hell.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I got a nice chocolate chip cookie to go along with it.
Or the whole box of cookies.
Yeah. You shouldn't be doing this. Don't do this. Don't do your personal grooming inside of a kitchen.
Well,
I don't know how.
Do you feel any different if, say, like one of the Crumble cookie bakers had to use the toilet?
They wash their hands afterwards.
Well, it's required, but maybe after they do their hair, they wash their hands.
Yeah, no, you're missing the entire point, Bax. You're risking hair follicles going into the dough.
Sure.
If you go into the bathroom, that's only in the bathroom. You're not making the cookies in the bathroom.
But don't you want a good-looking bunch of employees at the same time? Well-groomed employees?
Although, I don't know, maybe they are making those cookies in the bathroom. Have you ever had a double Dutch oven chocolate chip cookie?
No, I have not.
Would you like to try one?
It depends if we're talking about cookies.
All right, let's move on. Have you ever looked at one of those huge truck stop gas station signs and wondered just how somebody performs maintenance on such a high in the sky thing? You ever see those things? You're driving down like I-95 and you see those things are like it's 130 feet up in the air. Some of those.
Yeah, how do they manage that?
There's a little elevator inside.
Get out of here.
A little tiny lift for the person to go up and change the bulbs up inside.
So they don't have to climb up the thing. They just hop in the elevator with a box of bulbs and go down.
No, I wouldn't do that. A man spent nearly 6 hours cooped up inside one of those gas station shopping signs in Wilmington, Illinois, this past week. The maintenance contractor used the sign's lift to reach the top of the 130-foot sign at the Lorenzo exit off I-55 on Tuesday. At about 11:30 a.m. local time, he called for help when he discovered he could not get back down as the lift was broken.
Yeah.
So it's a little lift that goes up inside that pole. That must be pretty tight.
Yeah, it's got to be. Well, I mean, I'm trying to remember. I mean, because I've in certain cases those signs, they got those posts and stuff where the elevator must be. I mean, they're probably bigger when you get closer to it than you might think.
Yeah, then you probably think as you're looking at it from such like a distance.
Yeah,
it's like looking at a highway sign from a distance. It doesn't look that big, but those things are huge.
Probably not much smaller than the elevator we got here in our building.
Yeah, that's true. But probably just for a single person.
Probably
to go up in there. Police and fire units swarmed, but little happened until nearly 4 p.m. The guy was stuck up there for almost 6 hours when responders were finally able to pluck him from the tiny enclosure. He's like, in the video, they have a helicopter and they're swarming the sign, and you can see the guy like peeking out the side of the sign on the top. That must be a little scary.
Very.
But they did eventually get him down. According to the local fire department, the delay was caused by simple math. The sign is 130 feet tall. The department's longest ladders top out at about 100 feet. That's the gap of a 2.5-story house. On top of that, the worker was unharmed and relatively unperturbed. So while there was some urgency to retrieve him, it was not exactly a life and death situation. The contractor even threw a thumbs up to a passing news helicopter. And they eventually sourced a lift from a job site in Joliet, where the Bruise brothers were from.
Yeah, Joliet,
right? About 25 minutes away. According to Chicago's ABC 7, the contractor was physically unharmed and refused treatment at the scene based on comments in a private Facebook group. It appears he remained in good spirits throughout the incident. Better him than me. I wouldn't want to be stuck up in one of them damn things.
Hell no.
Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be sunny with a high of 79. Tomorrow, sunny with a high of 83. It's 60 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah. Did you see this video?
No, I didn't.
An older Chicago Cubs fan appeared to slap a younger spectator on the back of the head after he remained seated during the national anthem at Wrigley Field in footage that has been viewed by millions on social media. The video shows the older man dressed in Cubs gear leaning towards the seated spectator and seemingly ordering him to stand for the Star-Spangled Banner. He then appears to speak to the younger man into the younger man's ear before striking the back of his head, prompting several nearby fans to turn towards the commotion. The spectator stands moments later and remains on his feet as the anthem continues. The footage, which has garnered more than 7 million views for at least one post, doesn't show what happened before the exchange, and neither man has been publicly identified. Newsweek has not independently verified the footage. The confrontation occurred before Sunday's game between the Cubs and the Minnesota Twins. Chicago police told the outlet they were aware of the widely circulated video but had not received a report about the incident as of Monday. The apparent confrontation occurred before the Cubs dominated the Twins in a 10-1 victory on Sunday. Chicago scored in each of the first 4. Oh, who cares about the game? Alex Bergman opened, and then they go into the game, the synopsis of the game.
Okay.
But standing for the national anthem is customary display of respect in the United States, but federal law describes it as recommended conduct rather than required conduct. The U.S. Code says civilians should face the flag and stand at attention with their right hand over their heart. During the anthem, it does not prescribe a penalty for remaining seated,
Right.
And the First Amendment generally restricts government efforts to compel speech or patriotic expression.
So I just looked at the video here, and all right, so the old man is a little bit of a tough guy. If he told me to stand up, I probably would before the smack would happen. But then again, I would probably be respectful and stand up.
Yeah, I would too, but mind your business. Who cares if he's not standing? Let him look like the jerk for not standing while everybody else is standing.
Yeah.
And let other people make their own judgments about what a jerk this guy is for not getting up and standing. I don't think assault is necessary in order to teach the youngins about respect.
Sometimes ignorant behavior is not necessarily refuted by additional ignorant behavior. You know what I mean? It's like now what you have is you got two jerks going to the Cubs game rather than just one.
Yeah.
But, hey, stand up.
Have you ever really been that upset about something? You've seen it before. People don't stand or they do something disrespectful. They don't put their hand on their whatever the case may be. You've seen it probably a million times.
Of course. But I've never
interjected yourself into the situation.
Not unless somebody's doing something that's physically hurting somebody or is abusive. I might, say something or call a cop or something like that, but I'm not going to intervene on something that is, it's maybe disrespectful, but it's really none of my business why that kid's sitting down.
And you only do this behavior when you're in a crowd anyway. You don't stand up in front of your TV before the Super Bowl or before any game. And actually, they don't even show the national anthem on most games.
Well, actually, I do stand up, but that's mostly to grab another bag of snacks.
Right, but you don't stand up there to honor the flag and
No, I stand up to grab some more dip.
Yeah.
That's it. Maybe another beverage.
People really do need to mind their own business more often.
That's why we have P's and Q's and why we need to mind them.
I understand that it offends you, but it's not hurting anybody. If the guy's acting like a douche, then let him act like a douche and let other people see what a douche he is.
But you want to judge a book by its cover, but if you look at the old man, doesn't he seem like the kind of guy that may have been a meathead his entire life?
Yeah.
Like, it's just who he is. Probably a bully in high school. Probably a guy that got in a lot of fights on the bus because he liked to.
I guess so.
The guy that provoked fights. You get the sense that maybe that's that kind of guy.
Get your ass up out of that chair.
Yeah, why you hitting yourself? Why you hitting yourself?
Yeah,
why you hitting yourself? That kind of thing.
Yeah. How about mind your business?
Yeah, that would be the next course of action. It's 7:58, Open Line Thursday, coming up moments from now on Rock 102.
Open Line Thursday. Actually, Longmeadow, Massachusetts.
Yeah, it's all right. 293-1021. Time for Open Line Thursday. And, of course, you know the rules. No hate, no foul language, no hate speech. Try not to act like a thing and get to your point in 30 seconds or less. The phones are already blowing up, Steve.
They are.
And are you ready for our first one?
Yeah.
Rock 102, that is the mayor of Springfield, Dominic J. Sarno. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, Springfield. This is Mayor Dom.
Hey!
And you're listening to the Bax And Nagle on Rock 102.
Oh, look at that.
Listen to you doing...
How's that for a tagline? I'll start it off. And shout out to my fellow elected official, Hawkman. Welcome to your new producer, Matt, who's a proud Central High graduate.
Yep.
And, of course, the incomparable Marty Caproni. And I got to give a shout out to Vince the Plumber, too.
No, you don't. You don't have to do that at all. You're not obligated to do any of that, sir.
Guys, you've been great, and thanks for making us laugh every morning and being able to laugh at ourselves, too. We need it more and more. So,
all right, sir. We certainly appreciate it.
Have a great Open Line Thursday.
Oh, he's on the phone.
All right. I'm over my 30 seconds. I'll let you guys go.
All right.
Okay,
well,
sir.
look at that. He
Thank
stays
you
within
very
his
much.
time.
All right.
Yeah.
He plays by the rules. Rock 102, This is the Hawkman. How are you, sir? Oh, no. What? Hey, are you there? All right, he gave up. Rock
right.
102, good morning. Who's this?
Hey guys,
Yeah.
Oh, that's
hi.
the Hawk.
There you go. Who's this?
hey, it's the Hawkman. How you guys doing?
Yeah, what's
there
up,
you go. What's
Hawkman?
going on?
Not too much. I feel honored to be on after the Mayor Dom Dom. Thank you, sir, for the shout out. A shout out to you, Mayor Dom Dom.
Ooh,
Wow.
what's
Looks
a shout out back.
it's like a love fest between the two of you.
Well, see, now Mayor Dom Dom and I, the Hawkman, have something in common.
And what is that?
We are local politicians, and we're gonna set things straight in the Western Mass.
Okay.
You know what? You should campaign with Dom Dom as an example of what he can do to his opponents.
No, you think those people on those dirt bike dingbats are gonna come to my town? I'll throw them in the ocean. That's how strong the Hawkman is.
Yeah.
The ocean all the way up and where?
What are you going to do? Run over their toes? Come on, please.
I'll run them right out of town. That's what I'll do, Dom Dom.
All right,
right.
Hawkman. Well, you have...
Hey guys, hold on. I have to say, my make-a-wish was to do sit-down comedy. I already walked for 18 years. I'm done with all that. You know?
You're on to other wishes.
Yeah, you moved
now.
on.
Yeah.
I understand. All right, listen, you have a good weekend.
All right, bye guys.
All right, there you go. Rock 102, good morning. Who's this?
What's happening, gentlemen?
Is
It's
this
Scooter.
Oh, yeah, brother.
What's going on, Scooter? What's going on at the V this weekend?
Well, tonight the kitchen's going to be closed. We got a memorial service for one of the bartender's family members.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Tomorrow night, kitchen will be open from 3 to 9, and Luke Calderon will be the music for the night. And I also wanted to let you guys know that August 15th at 3 p.m., we're having a Save Our Sign fundraiser. It's top round beef cuts with chicken, potatoes, corn, all that stuff.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So it's $20 through Venmo. It's $25 at the door, and I believe it was lowered for the children. I'm not sure yet.
I'll tell you, the VFW in Hampton using things like Venmo, that place has really turned around.
Hey, listen,
yeah.
if you get corn on your face eating at the V, you're doing it wrong.
All right. Okay,
Oh,
that's quick.
exactly.
All right, listen, look at the time. Thank you very much, Scooter. Have a good weekend.
Hey, you too, brother.
All right, this is Joe. Good morning, Joe. How are you?
Joe?
Hello?
This is Patrick.
Okay, Patrick, what's going on with you?
Oh, hey, I just wanted to share some good news. Next week at this time, I should be a father. My wife is having a baby next week.
Oh,
Yeah,
congratulations. Very nice.
Is it
Wanted to
yours?
see- Yeah, I hope so.
Is this your first one?
Yes.
Wow, congratulations.
All right.
That's awesome.
Do you guys have any advice?
We just go out for a pack of cigarettes and never come back.
That would
All
not
right,
be
thank you.
That would not be my advice, but Steve is still in the midst of it. So there you go. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, Rock 102. Is this John?
Yes, it is.
What's up, John?
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, I just want to talk to you guys about that guy that slapped the dude there.
Yeah, at the Cubs game.
I watched it on TV, an interview with him, and I guess he's a Vietnam veteran. And he talked to the dude, and he's like, "Hey, you stand up." And then after the smack, he said, by the end of the game, he said the kid bought him a beer.
Oh, okay. Well,
All
there
right.
you go.
Well, at least the kid bought him a beer.
That was good. That was nice of him.
Yeah, I thought that was like, well, it was disrespectful that he did that, but I agree with you, Steve.
Well,
Some people just got to mind their own business.
Listen, I respect the guy. He's a Vietnam vet, but I know plenty of Vietnam vets that don't, hit people in the back of the head because they're upset about something.
Correct. Yeah, and I guess he said during the interview too. She said, "Hey, do you have any, thoughts about if you could take it back, kind of thing?" And he said, "Yeah, if I could, I would." And I just overreacted, and I guess he apologized to the kid, and everything's all good in the world, I guess.
I'll tell you, there's nothing that a good $10.25 beer can't resolve.
You know what? A $20 dinner and a comedy show would bring everybody together.
There you go. There you go.
All right. There you go.
Appreciate the call. Okay, Rock 102. Is this Eric?
Yeah, from West Side. How's it going, fellas?
Good, Eric. What's going on?
Hey, I graduated with from West Side High, class of 04, and I don't know what is going up with all these speed humps. I mean, within like a 500, foot space, there's like 4 of them. They're just overkill, man.
Maybe you can bring this up during your next high school reunion.
I tell them every time I see him. And also, I just want to give a shout out to my cousin Wesley in Connecticut. So,
All right, Wesley.
Fair enough. All right, thanks, Eric. Okay, this is Ricky. Good morning, Ricky. How are you?
Hey, good morning, guys. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
Not much. Steve, you're doing a great job. I'm so happy when I hear about your girls, how you brought them up since the wife died and everything. We feel so good and so happy the way you're bringing them up, the way you share the things you do with them and you share with us. It's a great job that you're doing for a dad.
Well, now they can drive to go get my pot for me.
Hello, there are 2 of us
great.
Here.
Yes, you too, Bax. I got a question. You guys were going to do something about the hot dogs, traveling or something, and I know I've been to different places, and I just wanted to mention when I grew up, we were poor back then, back in the 60s, 70s, and all we had was just ketchup. I know you guys are against the ketchup, but now you said you were going to go around, travel to see what specialties they have out there on hot dogs.
Well, we have to, we got to make the schedule happen.
Yeah, we got to plot our destinations.
Yeah, but that was 2 months ago. We're waiting.
Well, but we had a vacation in the middle of it. We've been taking Fridays off. We're very, very busy fellas.
Okay, all right, but we're waiting. Okay, keep up the good work. We love you guys.
All right, thanks for the call, man. Appreciate it.
This is Todd. Good morning, Todd. How are you?
Morning, boys. How are you guys?
Good. What's going on?
Not much. I just was in across from Sonny's place. There's a farm stand, a corn stand. I was there the other day. Had the best sweet corn I ever ate in my life.
Is that a fact?
Delicious. It's a fact. I was talking to the owner, and he says they're open 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And he might be picking tomatoes this weekend, he said. So there could possibly be tomatoes there.
In Ellington?
And no, it's in Somers, Connecticut, across from Sonny's place.
Oh, that's the guy that was holding the concerts there during COVID. Wasn't it?
No, that's my brother, Brian.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You met him.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It's all good. Also, you guys ever see that movie Johnny Dangerously?
Yes.
Of course we have.
Yeah. Do you know the competitive mob boss, the other mob boss, the rival? The
Joe Piscopo.
No. The guy with the big mustache.
Oh,
yeah. He obliterated the English language.
Yeah, yes.
You fargin' sneaky bastards. Right,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes, that's a view from the couch. Bax, that's how it sounds when Bax does the view from the couch.
Oh, is that a fact?
Just giving you a heads up.
Okay, well, I appreciate that. Oh, my God, look at the time.
Okay.
We appreciate that so much.
Hey,
Thank
have
you.
a good one, boys.
Okay, all right. Okay. Rock 102, good morning, is this?
This is Andy in Westfield. How are you, gentlemen?
Very good, Andy. What can we do for you?
I just wanted to call, and you probably can tell by my voice, I'm not the most suave or debonair, and I don't get a lot of girls, but I get a lot of God, and I had a Christian charity group call, and they wanted to hear you two, and I said, let me call in, and we'll listen to a brief segment. They were talking about the Mayflower Marathon, and Steve raising a great group, and as we buffer in, we hear our old buddy Bax saying how, well, at least I've heard about having things removed from your butt, which is the only way someone would touch his butt in the event someone had to touch him. And, of course, our good friend Steve goes into, oh, my God, just how many times did you spoogle Google Juice? And I said to them, ma'am, sir, this is not a fair representation. They're comedians. It's not completely crazy. So just remember, if at first you don't succeed, try again. And for the last time, the mob is not anything but the church and a large group of people. Didn't you know the second coming said, I had to come back to save the bad mob from the good politicians? There's no such thing as a bad mob, thanks to you, and a good politician isn't real. Thank you.
All right, very good. Fantastic. Okay. There you go. Rock 102, is this Duff Man?
Yes, it is.
What's up, Duff Man?
Got a joke.
All right, let her rip. Is it clean?
Yes, it is.
All right, let her rip.
What did the big chimney say to the small chimney?
What did the big chimney say to the small chimney?
You're too little to smoke Dupac.
That is comedy gold. $20 dinner at a comedy show tonight.
Yeah,
you might want to work that one up and see if you can do some time.
All right. How do you like me now?
Okay, there we go. Rock 102. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, it's Joe from Brinfield.
What's up, Joe? You got a joke, right?
Yeah. Guess what?
What?
Homeowner says what?
What?
I don't understand what he's trying to say.
Oh, yeah. He said homeowner says what?
I gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. Rock 102. One more time. Who's this? Okay.
Hello.
Hi. Who's this?
Oh, it's Andrew from Turner's. How are you guys?
Vader.
Okay.
From Turner's.
What can we do for you today?
Well, I just wanted to shout out to the Greenfield Fire Department from their loss of their captain, who had an unfortunate line of duty death. He was a big mentor to a lot of firefighters in the area, and I know the family pretty okay. And just wanted to shout out to them and let them know the whole county's thinking of them.
All right, we appreciate that call. Good thoughts. Appreciate it.
All right, you guys have a good one.
All right, there. I hate to go down on a downer, but you know what? We are all plumb out of time.
That's too bad.
It is a shame, but you know what? No one violated any rules.
Maybe Fridays will be better when we're back in the studio on Fridays.
Yeah, well, that's not coming anytime soon.
Nah, if I have anything to say about it.
Day 25 with Bax and Nagle at Rock 102. Rock 102's Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Aquatique Pool, 730 Union Street in West Springfield. His local radio icon, Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. Let's see. A Longmeadow man has been sentenced to prison for providing fraudulent rent rolls and forged lease agreements for multiple properties across 4 years. Charging documents stated that 59-year-old Louis Masacci and his wife Jeanette Norman were partners in dozens of limited liability companies, including LL Realty Developers, LLC, through which they owned commercial and residential property in locations including Springfield, East Longmeadow, and Enfield. Masacci and Norman conspired with each other and others to fraudulently obtain loans from financial institutions and commercial lenders for their companies by providing fraudulent financial information. This included false rent rolls and forged lease agreements. The couple defaulted on the loans after receiving them, which caused substantial losses for the financial institutions and commercial lenders, including 2 community credit unions. 2 buildings were also left vacant as a result of these actions. And in April of 2025, Masacci pleaded guilty to 1 count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud, 2 counts of wire fraud, and 1 count of aggravated identity theft. And he was ordered to pay $18,203,000 in restitution.
Wow.
You know what? If you had done it just in Springfield, Chicopee, Enfield, nobody would have caught you. It's robbing from the rich that really got you caught.
Yeah, because you see, they're the ones that are paying the most amount of attention to their cash.
Yeah.
You know, but man, that's a hell of a fine to pay, isn't it? I mean, that's a hell of a restitution.
It's a hell of a restitution. You probably spent most of the money, though.
Yeah, and it's very likely that none of these victims will see very much of it at all. But still,
how do they do the repay thing when you bilked $18 million, you spent probably, let's just say, I don't know how much, I'm just speculating, $12 million of it. Okay. You're never going to be able to repay the full amount.
No, of course not. I think that's a given. But I'm sure there are assets that to be seized. And which makes you think, maybe screwing people out of their money isn't such a good idea after all.
Speaking of which, a woman who federal prosecutors say ran her West Springfield business as a Ponzi scheme is expected to plead guilty to wire fraud charges. Yeah, I don't think that's the good business model.
No, actually, the Ponzi scheme is illegal in most states.
Who is this Ponzi guy?
He was actually a guy, like a real guy. I should look that up. There's a big Wikipedia thing on the Ponzi thing. Let me see. There was a guy. His name was Ponzi.
Hey, sit on it, Ponzi.
He hung out at this restaurant called Arnold's.
Yeah,
and hung out with Ralph Mouth, Potsy, and Richie Cunningham.
Was he also robbing Peter to pay Paul for the rent to the Cunninghams?
Well, what he was doing was he was like, punching the jukebox without paying for any of these song selections, and eventually he had to go to prison because he owed millions of dollars on this jukebox. And then he jumped over some sharks.
Yeah, they have all the money to do all that stuff. The jet skis and everything else.
I have no idea.
Motorcycles galore.
I really don't know how he did it.
Prosecutors reached a plea agreement with Barbara Hirschfield of Lexington and Waltham, who led the now defunct Ideal Financial Services and Ideal Financial Holdings. The business, which was located on Memorial Avenue in West Springfield, issued small loans and motor vehicle loans. They also issued high promissory notes, which they were paying out using revenue from their motor vehicle and small loans. Starting in 2012, banking regulators became concerned about the company's finances, and 2 years later, Ideal lost its ability to issue the motor vehicle and small loans. Hirschfield, however, allegedly failed to disclose this and continued to issue notes, ultimately running her business as a Ponzi scheme by using money taken in from the issuing of new notes to pay off interest payments for existing investors who cashed out their notes. Hirschfield had an employee allegedly also continued to solicit new investors and lied to current investors about why their interest payments couldn't be made. Ultimately, by June of 2025, the money had run out and the scheme collapsed, leaving some 205 victims out of more than $10.93 million.
They should have changed the name from Ideal Investments to Bad Deal Investments, because that's what it sounds like.
I don't know if I would ever solicit a place that has a name like that.
I probably wouldn't either, because it seems like nothing but bad things can happen.
Yeah, I got a loan. You want a loan? I got a loan. I got money right here in my front pocket. Fred's Bank.
Fred's Bank.
Yeah. If you've ever pulled up to McDonald's drive-thru hoping for a McFlurry only to hear the ice cream machine is out of service, a new study suggests Massachusetts residents have better odds than most getting their frozen treat. The Action Network analyzed nearly 6 years of publicly reported McDonald's soft-serve machine data, reviewing about 7.86 million locations between October 2020 and July of 2026. The study examined 492 cities in all 50 states, tracking how often ice cream machines were reported as unavailable. According to the report, Massachusetts ranks 39th out of 51 states. That's not a good
That's not a really good number, no.
And for Washington, D.C., for machine outages, making it one of the more reliable states in the nation. That's considered reliable? I would say 25 or below.
That shows a little bit more promise.
Yeah, researchers tracked 236 McDonald's locations across the Commonwealth and found machines were working about 82% of the time, while reported down as 17.6% of the time. So we're doing a lot better than the rest of the country here,
but
with our McDonald's,
but
things.
Not good enough.
Speaking of which, there was a McDonald's. What is this? Where the hell is this? McDonald's is launching a limited edition Clear McValue pack, designed to get its food through stadium security.
Really?
Yeah, the clear bags included a McChicken, McDouble, and a 4-piece Chicken McNugget. The bags will be given away at select McDonald's locations near Fenway Park, Wrigley Field, and T-Mobile Park before certain games. Fans can also buy one online for $2.99, and it comes with a $10 McDonald's Arch card. So do I. The promotion is aimed at baseball fans looking to bring outside food into stadiums that require clear bags. I didn't think you were allowed to bring food into a ballpark.
I didn't think you were able to either. That's interesting.
I mean, that would ruin your whole business model of overcharging for a hot dog and jock water like they have at Fenway Park. Yeah, David Ortiz, we squeezed this fresh from his jock strap this morning. Sweat.
I knew I tasted something Dominican.
Yeah. Is that a pesky pole in there I taste? What's going on? Did you ever taste the pesky pole?
No, I haven't. Not intentionally.
I mean, those are some good hot dogs, I suppose.
Oh, they're delicious.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, this one came off the sweat of. This one came off the bloody sock drippings of Kurt Schilling.
You
that was the ketchup.
That's
on the
the
hot
ketchup
dog.
on the hot dog.
Right.
I mean, you really should be able to bring your own food, maybe like a hibachi. Yeah, do that right on the right there on the concourse.
Yeah, why not?
I'm cooking sausages. Anybody want one?
You'd make a killing out there.
Sure you would. Yeah. I mean, the guy outside Fenway's making a pretty good bank.
I went there last year with some friends of mine to Fenway Park. It was last August.
Right.
And I bought I think it was a Gatorade.
Yeah.
It was like $8 for the small little Gatorade.
But it was probably the most refreshing Gatorade you ever had, wasn't it?
Well, because, I don't drink anymore, so it's not like I'm... And my buddies who do drink, they must have spent like well over $100 on very little beer.
Yeah. Well, again, they want you to drink beer, but no one wants to see you get too drunk. So the best way to fight that is to have competitive beer prices at your major ballparks all across the United States.
Give me some of that hot dog water. That was from the, Grady? What's his name? What was the guy?
From the Grady Little years?
The Grady Little years. This is vintage sweat.
Oh, yeah.
And we're boiling these hot dogs in the vintage sweat.
Well, you ever hear like those restaurants like they've been using grease that's been around for like 100 years?
Yeah.
I think that's how they do it at Fenway. Some of that water has been used since I don't know, say like the '67 World Series, for example.
Yeah.
Like Jim Longborg was the first one to sweat right into that vat.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, we have some Albert Pujols. Is that how you say his name?
Yes.
Albert Pujols sweat.
Yes. Again, if I'm thinking hot dogs, I'm not thinking Pujols.
Yeah. And it's a little wiener that snaps in your mouth, too. Straight from Albert Pujols.
At that point, you need the ketchup on the hot dog.
Oh, my God, look at the time. It's going to be sunny today with a high of 79. Tomorrow is going to be sunny with a high of 83. It's 66 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah. Sunny with a high of 79 today. It is 66 right now in downtown Springfield.
Steve, if I'm not mistaken, isn't there some sort of event, a cost-effective event happening in Westfield tonight?
$20 dinner and a comedy show over at the Shortstop. Hamburgers and hot dogs on the grill with all the, they think they got potato salad or whatever the hell he's got along with it.
Right.
To go with it, plus comedy. How could you beat that for $20?
I hope there's some consideration for how people are chewing their food, because you try to eat like a hot dog or a hamburger and laugh hysterically because of the incredible comedy. You're talking about potential choking hazard.
That's why we serve the meal before the comedy show begins.
That's smart.
That's
because you'd be choking your laughs.
Doors open at 6, dinner's at 6:30, and then the show starts at 7. You'll be out the door by 8:30, and you can win some great prizes. We got all kinds of good stuff.
And my understanding is the show is packed with laughs.
Yes, the show is packed with lots of laughs. It's like a laugh machine over there.
Mm-hmm.
It's laughter that's spitting out balls faster than the pitching machine used to do at the Shortstop. They don't have the batting cages anymore.
Right. It's kind of like like on the Powerball jackpot balls being spit out by that machine.
Absolutely.
Well, like one ball after another.
So tonight the show is, and then I'm off to Tewksbury for the weekend. Don't be jealous now.
It's going to be hard to not be jealous of something like that.
Although it's a Marriott this time.
Oh, well, you're a Bonvoy member, aren't you?
I am not a Bonvoy member.
Oh, you got to be a Bonvoy member.
I'm a Best Western Rewards member. I will stay true and blue to the Best Western Rewards. They let you make your own waffles there.
I understand the appeal of that, but you can actually be a Bonvoy member and a member of other loyalty situations. I mean, you can be a member of both.
Yeah, I guess it's like being part of the Moose and being part of the Elks at the same time.
They don't care about the crossbreeding of animals. They don't care. No,
as long as you're paying the fee.
Listen, you may have to be traveling to a place that doesn't have a Best Western anywhere close, and the only thing you have to choose from is a Marriott. Well, then why not get the rewards points out of something like that?
All right, here's the thing. I'm sure somebody out there has been to Tewksbury, and somebody knows a thing or two about Tewksbury. Give me some good suggestions. What are some good eats out in Tewksbury? some sights to see, because there's, the tournament only goes on until like the early afternoon, and then you got the whole evening to relax.
According to TripAdvisor, 10 best things to do in Tewksbury.
Yeah? What do we got?
You got the history and haunting of Salem, the guiding tour in Salem.
But
not
Salem
in Tewksbury.
is like an hour away, isn't it?
Well, I don't know if it's that far away. You got the Boston Freedom Trail. That's not in Tewksbury. The Boston Duck Boat sightseeing tours. That's not in Tewksbury either.
I was gonna. These are not things.
These are not apparently things that in Tewksbury.
I have the top 12 things to do in Tewksbury.
You do?
The Haggett's Pond.
Okay.
Public Health Museum.
That sounds like fun.
Wamesit Lanes, a bowling center. All right.
Okay.
Now we're getting somewhere.
All right.
Action Games Paintball.
You kids love paintball, don't they?
Escape Room. Saunders Recreational Area.
Uh-huh.
Marshalls? They have a Marshalls in Tewksbury?
Honey, let's pack the car. We're going to Marshall's.
The Breakaway Ice Center. The Merrimack Valley Pavilion.
Wow. There's so much to do.
Super Skills Hockey, which I can't imagine is open this time of year, but it might be.
It might be.
Trellbrook Tennis Center. And the Skybox Restaurant and Sports Bar. Man, this sounds like
It is a tourist destination over there at Tewksbury. You're going to have the greatest time at their Marriott.
Wow. The
You
Public
should
Health
definitely ask
Museum.
the concierge at the Marriott what's to do in this town. I want to get some of the local color, the local flavor. That's what I want to find out.
Oh, yeah. What's going on other than the Public Health Museum? Tewksbury's most noteworthy landmark is the old administration building, standing as the focal point of the sprawling Tewksbury Hospital campus.
Someone says there's a Treehouse Brewery on a golf course over there.
Oh, okay. All right.
Two things you don't do. You don't play golf and you don't drink anymore.
Well, you could take all the kids to the brewery. I'm sure we could get some pizzas there, right?
Love some sampling, sure. That's good for the kids.
Ooh, the Tewksbury Community Market.
Wow, man, I tell you what, it just sounds better and better.
The 15 best things to do in Tewksbury, and number 5 is Lowell.
Do you realize how quickly you have to have run out of things to do to say, let's get ourselves to Lowell?
Well, we got Lowell over there. The city of Lowell is on Tewksbury's northwestern boundary and is a must if your interest is piqued by engineering and history and crack cocaine.
It's 8:57 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.